The Golden Bachelor Season 2 lead, Mel Owens, has chosen Peg Munson and Cindy Cullors as his final two women, but he shouldn't choose Peg in the end. Mel, a 66-year-old NFL player turned lawyer and divorced dad of two sons, originally from Detroit, Michigan, had a rocky start to his season after he made ageist comments on a podcast, stating that he only wanted to date women aged 45 to 60. However, The Golden Bachelor Season 2 began with Mel apologizing to the 23 women in his cast, and he began to make some strong connections. As Mel heads to Antigua for his overnight fantasy suite dates, he'll have to decide between his final two women, Cindy, a 60-year-old divorced retired biomedical engineer from Austin, Texas, and Peg, a 62-year-old divorced retired firefighter and bomb tech from Las Vegas, Nevada. However, Peg isn't the best match for him. Mel and Peg haven't told each other, "I love you," yet. During her hometown date, Peg told her mother that she would say yes if Mel proposed to her, which was surprising considering that they hadn't even said "I love you" to each other yet. However, Cindy told Mel that she was falling for him, as did Debbie Siebers, who received a hometown date, and Cheryl Steele, who was in Mel's final 5 women. In addition, Mel told Peg's daughter Dakota that he wasn't in love with her mom yet. He also admitted that he didn't know if he could get there by the end of the journey. After the hometown date, Peg told host Jesse Palmer that she had feelings for Mel, but she was really nervous. She said in her confessional that although she thought that they'd fit well in each other's lives, she didn't know where she stood with him, which is a bad sign. Peg knew how she felt, but she wondered if he had a better connection with somebody else. If Mel and Peg haven't expressed feelings of love by now, then it's likely that they never will. Mel should choose a woman who he's really sure about so that his relationship lasts. Also, if Peg doesn't tell him how she feels, then he might not choose her because he doesn't want to get hurt again. Mel has expressed on the show that he doesn't take saying those 3 little words lightly because he's only said them once, and he later got his heart broken during his divorce. If Peg and Mel don't tell each other that they're in love with each other during her fantasy suite date, then there's a good possibility that their relationship will end. In order for their romance to continue, they're going to have to let down their walls and be honest about their feelings. Mel and Peg seem more like great friends. Peg and Mel had a wonderful time at the Orange County Fair during her one-on-one date. They played carnival games, made each other laugh, and danced together at the KC and the Sunshine Band concert. However, throughout the date, they seemed more like great friends than people who were on a date. The same thing happened during their hometown date, when Peg introduced Mel to her family and her friends at her firehouse. While they had a great time, there was no romance. However, Peg told Mel that she wasn't looking for the fireworks at this point in her life, but rather the fireplace, meaning that she wanted something that lasts, rather than something that burns hot right away but then fizzles out. Mel agreed that he wanted the same thing. Still, Mel and Peg might realize that while they really enjoy each other's company, their relationship is based more on friendship than anything romantic. Both of them deserve to have a romantic relationship that's deep and meaningful. Of course, this could develop during their overnight fantasy suite date, but if it doesn't, then they should end their relationship. Even though Mel and Peg really like each other, they don't seem to be each other's person. Mel shouldn't choose Peg at the end of The Golden Bachelor Season 2.